Can you hear me?
I can hear everything. Am I supposed to mute him? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jens.
Woo! What's up, Ashlee? How you doing?
What's up?
What's up? Look at this gangster. Yo, you don't need to see me just yet. You just need to hear the voice. The voice is everything. We're working on it. I'm watching Remy Boyansky and Badahari. She's getting
what?
Badahari and Remy Boyansky.
Boxing?
Thai fighting, yes. So, hold on. You fighting Meatball Molly?
Yeah.
You fighting the Meatball? Hey. All right.
Versus the meatball.
Whoa, who dinged? What was that?
Oh, that was my phone that's linked to my computer. I don't know how to turn that off. I'll turn my phone on silent. Hopefully that helps it.
Jens, can you see me?
I'm looking at both of you, yes.
Oh, I can only see Ashlee.
Don't worry about it. You don't need to see me yet. I'm an enigma. Wrapped in a big pool of happiness or something like that. You know what I mean? We're
Hey, guys,
building.
What is this, by the way? I just said yes. I don't really know what we're doing here.
Well, I've been playing a lot of video games, and then I stream on Twitch, and I watch a lot of fights. I kind of changed it up, right? So I go till 2 a.m, and so then me and Butler were sitting around going, "Yo, we got to start doing this like little podcast and have people in." It's like, all right. So I had to display that I'm dedicated enough to do this. So now here I am in here constantly bullshit, but now it's like I get to sit here and bullshit with you guys. So then you came in, and so now we're going to try this whole, it's like a podcast, but not a podcast because it's
He's been doing this for a long time now. He's built a nice little fan base, and whenever he goes on, a bunch of people have watched. He's gone from playing video games to like commentating on, social media or street beef, street fights that he finds on videos, and he kind of gives his breakdowns on that while people are asking him questions about everything that's going on. So I figured it's a good opportunity to take it to another level and incorporate some of our clients and talk to them about things coming up like your big fight. But they're getting ready. Go ahead.
Are the people going to be like asking questions as we talk?
Yeah. I mean, they can. We can ignore them too. It's whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be there's a moderator, Sean, who's on. They call him Snoop Eye, and he's watching the questions come up on the chat screen.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right.
So, but we want to post.
He's just setting us up so that we're going to display properly on the actual broadcast. What you're seeing on Skype is not what's actually being broadcast.
Got it.
Oh yeah, like if you want to see what's actually being, well, it's like you don't want to do too much, but you go to Twitch TV Jens Pulver, and you can see everything. You'll see us split up into fours and all kinds of stuff.
But it's like on a 15-second delay on that.
Yeah. Who are those people? What you mean, PUBG, Pub Sniper? You can switch them over right now if you guys want to see this. So we'll go live. And then the fight's still in one corner. So I have, we can open up. That's the only thing is I'm not going to be able to pull up any. I want to have your Instagram, Ashlee.
You want to have my Instagram?
I got it. Oh, I have it. Oh, yeah. Do you not want me to have the Instagram? You can't. Number one, you can't be shy because we're just going to bullshit. That's all we're doing. We're testing things out.
Ashlee's the last person to be shy.
Jens, when
have you seen her Instagram?
That's what I get this. I'm saying.
Hey, now that I'm a guest on your show, you got to be a guest on my podcast.
1,000%. That's
We're gonna talk about that.
There we go. We're going to talk about it right now. Where are they from? They are from.
I'm from California.
No, I was trying to make something up. Damn it! I was just saying. I was gonna try and say something like make something gamey. Ooh, the pulverizer bot just jacked out Cam 513. I can't get to you right now, man. Sorry. You're gonna just have to stay banned. And oh yeah, right now you're just me watching the fights. All right, this is tight. All right, cool. Did you get unbanned? Oh, thank you, Patty. I appreciate it. So we're making some adjustments. We're getting the name tags up, things like that.
Oh, I am live on your thing already.
Well, yeah, it's you.
Yeah, this is the first kind of his first inaugural show where he's bringing guests on. So the
I've never
production
done
is-
this. You're it.
I don't know. We're just started. We're on.
We're not on.
Okay.
No, they can hear you. All you see is me in the fight, right?
I can see me in the corner looking at my phone right now, and I see
Oh, you can? What the hell?
you in the corner in the fight. There's Brian. Brian's in the corner now.
Oh, that's why. Oh, hold on a second. Does that... Now you disappeared, didn't you?
He's switching, whoever's doing the editing or the format, he's switching back and forth between me and Brian in the corner, and then you're in the other corner.
Oh, okay. Not very hidden. But it's cool. It doesn't matter. Look at Brian. Now Brian's going to start looking. So here's the deal. So where does Ashlee train?
Where do I train?
Where does Ashlee train?
I train a couple different gyms in Orange County, California. Train at Raw Talent Boxing in Santa Ana and Classic Fight Team in Fountain Valley. And then train with Kenny Johnson at Black House Wrestling, MMA.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you want, Snoop Pie. Yeah. Just flip it over. We're all good. I mean, we're just doing this shit. We're just winging this shit. I'm the fucking... Yeah, man. See, now, look at this. So here's what it was at. So now everybody's in their spot. And we've got Boyansky and Badahari down in the... See what I mean? So this is kind of how the setup will be. Thank you very much, Snoop Pie, for... You guys, are you seeing this? Y'all seeing this now? Yeah, that's sick business.
Oh, okay.
How badass, right? Yeah. You know, but I'm saying, so that's just, at this point, I'll get better with questions and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, I just wanted to jump on and start rapping with y'all. I could change this fight, and then I was going to bring up, once I get control of my mouse again, do I put, hey, Snoop Pie, so what if I were to move this? What happens if I kill it? And it shrinks it down. Oh, there it is. Oh, see, look. And then see that. Oh, I do have your page right here. What? See? Yeah. I got it. I say, don't do that. But it's Ashlee's. But look at her. Goddamn gangster. She's badass. So what is this thing we're doing with the sex and violence with the rebel girl?
Yeah, so it's a new podcast. It's an MMA podcast, but the theme is not just about, do you have a fight coming up, yada, yada. It's more about each individual fighter's romance, dating, relationship, and sex life. So I would say it's a mixture somewhere between Howard Stern and Joe Rogan if they had a baby. That's what you're going to get. You're going to talk to fighters about, it could be as in detailed about how they learned about sex, or it can be, something pretty simple as like, how does, your relationship get affected by your mixed martial arts career or something like that. So it could be PG or it can get pretty PG-13 R-rated sometimes as well.
What's the most R-rated thing you've discussed on your show so far?
Oh, well, since there have 0 episodes posted, nothing. But you're going to have certain guests. Like I've had Mark Munoz on my other podcast, and I'm sure he'll come on this one as well. He's a religious man married with kids, I think he's going to be a certain type of interview. And then let's say we get someone like Colby Covington on, he's going to be like ass and titties. So it's just going to really depend on the guest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah. Wait, and I'm supposed to, do you want me to do this?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I know you be some cute little stories about how you love your wife and stuff like that.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not calling anybody out or anything like that. It's going to be a very, each episode is going to be based on what the fighter feels comfortable talking about,
I'm with it. Ah, that's cool. All right. Yeah, because I was like, oh, heck yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like, hey, Joy, I got a show for you. You know how she is. She just loves that PDA. You know what I mean? But no, that's real cool. Look at this shirt right here.
When are you going to do your first show, Ash?
Actually, just got back from a meeting with some other people. If you guys are familiar with the Dirty Heads, the reggae band, one of the singers has a podcast himself. It's called Feeling Good with Duddy. Anyway, the crew members are helping me with the technical aspect, because obviously it's easy for me to get the fighters that I know to talk to them, interview them. But the whole, like what we're doing right now, how it took a little bit of time for Jens to set this up, that's what I'm doing. I'm learning how to get good quality, content by doing the right things technically, because there's so many different things you can use. Do I want to use a camera? Do I want to use this microphone? All that. So I'm going to say first episode might be up before my fight, but as we all know, the most important thing is my fight career, not interviewing people. So I might release one before my fight. I might not. It just depends on if I have the time.
Oh, that's really cool. See, I'm kind of spoiled in the fact that I haven't really learned much. Other than I've got a Snoop Eye, and Snoop Eye is back here making everything. He makes everything work. So I'm lost when shit starts to like fall down. I start texting Snoop Eye, I need help, because I'm trying to learn this stuff. So he is the bells and whistles. He makes everything go round. But I do get it. But once you get rolling, man, it's pretty cool. And so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I've already got a couple of fighters that have reached out to me that are interested in doing it. Anthony Rumble Johnson was like, "Can I do the show?" I was like, "Yes, you can."
Yeah.
So I've got plenty of content, or potential content. It's just a matter right now. I'm in like the baby stages. I really want to be prepared. So when I start shooting the episodes, I'm not learning on the job and having all these little things happen by accident. I'm practicing tomorrow a few little test runs, and probably before my fight I'll release some, but I don't want to make any promises.
Is it just you, Ash, doing it, or do you have a co-host, or what's your format?
It's just me. The format's really cool because it's me gonna, I'll be interviewing the fighters. Sometimes I'll have two fighters on. Raquel Pennington and Tisha Torres already agreed to be the first lesbian couple that I have on my show. So that will bring a different aspect, to women, lesbians, fighters. So obviously those questions will be very interesting. They're very open with their sexuality and their relationship on social media. So I can already tell that's going to be a really fun interview to do.
That'd be interesting. Tisha's cool.
Yeah. I saw Raquel at the UFC PI before her fight with Holly. I was out there getting some therapy, and me and her have fought before in the past. I actually filled in for her in 2014 when she was supposed to fight Holly for the first time, and we've come full circle now, and we're friends and everything now.
Yeah, that's nuts. So what do you think about your opponent coming up? How's training going for you right now? How are you doing? Are you healthy? You feeling good?
Yeah. By the time I fight, I will have been out for a year. I had to pull out of a fight. Yeah, I had to pull out a fight in August. I was supposed to fight on the Uruguay card, and I actually ended up getting stem cells in my shoulder. I tore my pec and my shoulder muscle, but that took a really long recovery process, and now I'm healthy. Camp's going really good. 125 is always kind of a mission for me to make, because I'm a big girl, but I make it. And I've definitely changed a lot of things in my diet, to say the least, and I'm feeling like amazing, and I still have 6 weeks to go.
It's exciting. What's going on with you, Butler? What's happening? What's been happening with you? Last time we talked to you, you had some visa issues and things like that. So, Butler,
everything's going good.
Everything taken care of?
Yeah, things are smoothing out. Ashlee is actually, I guess we'll make the official announcement here. Ashlee is actually joining. She's already been a part of our team as far as we manage her, but she's actually now joining our team as the athlete marketing director of athlete marketing. Because she's Ashlee's all. I don't know how long you've been following her, but Ashlee is a little hustler, man. She works hard. I've been watching her for a long time, and she handles her business, and she's got to the point where she's like getting a little bit of business for some other fighters that are on our roster. And I just asked her, I was like, if you want to try this on a larger scale, and give her access to our whole roster, and she's doing a great job, man. She's killing it. I'm really
Look at
really
you.
excited.
What?
Yeah.
That's badass. Really cool. All right. You got to explain. Get in here. Let me know. Let me hear this. Sucker punch
Yeah.
holding out.
It's a unique sport since I'm in a unique position since, I haven't been, doing it as long as you have, Jens. You probably had to deal with way more unique situations. But now it's like, yeah, I have a manager, I have Brian to negotiate for me and all that kind of stuff. But before I was with Brian, I went through a couple different managers. I didn't have a manager at a certain point. And so I got a lot of hands-on experience talking with brands and companies and negotiating my own deals and kind of getting dicked around a little bit, for lack of a better term. And kind of you learn to identify who's bullshitting early on and that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize that I was acquiring skills that I could put into use post-fight career, not for myself, but for maybe future fighters that I wanted to help. And then I didn't really realize that I could start while I was still in, my career, the prime of my career. I could just dip my toe into the water and figure out if that's something that I wanted to do full time post fight career. I like it a lot. It's sometimes a headache, which gives me a much greater appreciation for my manager. The work that they do that goes unseen and unattributed for. And I mean that's with any job, right? You don't really know how much someone puts in. You only see the final product. And I like it. I like it a lot. Sometimes it's a lot of work for zero reward so far, but I know that just like with fighting, you keep working, you keep working, you keep working, and then there's going to be a day or a deal or a situation that really pays off. And like Brian has told me, he's basically taken me under his wing and let me know that some of the best feelings is it's not about making the money. It's about really helping the fighters get to where they want to go. Because Jens, it's like, everyone thinks that, oh, you're in the UFC, you're making $1 bajillion, and we are not. And sponsors are hard to come by because of Reebok and whatever. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm learning under one of the best ever. I've always really looked up to Brian. Even before I worked with Brian, I've been best friends with Carla Esparza forever, and he's been with Carla forever. So I've been around him, and we were just been homies for the most part. But I always thought, man, this guy's very professional. He knows his stuff. And I was always with somebody else at the time, and the stars aligned. We finally started working together. And then I'm just really appreciative for him to kind of mentor me right now.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, that's the one thing, like I said, with Tim is, the hard part for me back in the day was being as old as I was and being in the sport for so long. I had a manager, but when I seen Brian, I was like, oh my God, I gotta have you. I go, and he's like, what? I'm like, I gotta have you. You know what I mean? I go, you belong in this sport.
Let's talk about Ashlee.
No, I'm getting it, but I'm saying, I gotta have, because so it is cool that he gets someone to act that to work with and mentor underneath while you're in being able to branch out. So you realize that so many people get into just one dimensional, and the fact that, well, if you don't focus on fighting, you're never gonna, you know what I mean, you're hurting your career when there's these little branches that you can still do that is focusing on fighting. And that's what I'm saying. It's pretty kick-ass to hear you talk about that, and the way that you say that is, helping other people. There's more to it than just, hey, if I go to your training camp and I'm helping you get ready for a fight, I'm helping myself. But you're also doing this as you're preparing for the outer side of it, the other side of it, and you're learning how to do this stuff. It's pretty cool, man, and you're utilizing your skills like that. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Jen. I mean, what's the phrase? You can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. And a lot of people, because just what have we talked about so far? My fight camp, my podcast, being an agent under Sucker Punch, like people are going to be like, oh, this girl's taking on too much. But, what I always tell people, I'm not taking on too much because I know how to delegate and I know how to prioritize. Yep. And what comes first is always going to be fighting. I'll never miss a training session because I'm negotiating a deal. I'll never miss a training session because I want to get this interview for my podcast. Training will always come first, and that's just how it's going to be until I decide to hang up my gloves or whatever you want to say. And then I don't know, maybe I want to be a full-time agent. Maybe I, get into, movies or whatever, who knows? But I think that you can be, a jack of all trades and a master at one, and I want to focus mainly on fighting. But yeah, I think that too many fighters, unfortunately, wait till the last second to try to figure out what they're going to do. And then there's this downtime of, financial uncomfortable, situations. And I just don't want to be in that situation.
Love it. I love it. See, Brian, man, you teaching. You teaching. Just by example, Like, I said.
Well, look at, so listen, I can't tell you, first of all, how excited I am for Ashlee's fight coming up, because I've seen Ashlee change in this camp. And, people, Ashlee, first of all, you don't know, Jen's audience is kind of all over the place. They're not all necessarily MMA fans. But some of you guys might know Ashlee because she's actually the girl, before she was in the UFC, she's actually the girl that beat that guy, Fallon Fox. So there was an MMA fighter years ago that is basically a guy, and he transitioned into becoming a woman, and he started fighting professional MMA and basically beating the crap out of women.
Wait. No, I didn't. Wait. What? Are you shitting me, Ashlee? Are you shitting me? Fucking wrestlers, you little badass. Are you shitting me? Oh, hell, what? Oh, you little badass. Come on. Are you, what? Oh, my God. Well, your level man, you just hit like this goddess level. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? You little badass. It's one thing she was a badass wrestler. I didn't know that.
MMA audience that doesn't know anything.
I didn't know that. Hey, hold on. When I dipped from fighting, I literally dipped from fighting. I took off for a few years. I didn't want nothing to do with it. So that's the one thing. I'll be goddamn. Man, luckily I can't see chat. So right now I'll be telling Selector, find me the link. Find me the link. I want to see this fight right now. I want to find this fight. No, that's badass. God dang. Yep, I'm totally fanboying right now at you, Ashlee. I'm not lying. I am absolutely fanboying, but I won't ruin it. Oh, wait, continue, Brian. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying,
I got a fanboy.
That's Ashlee kind of went viral before she went into the UFC because of that, and that was a big controversial thing, and because prior to Ashlee stomping him out, he was literally destroying girls. Like, it's a very, I don't care. I mean, I'm not asking. I don't know what even Ashlee's position is on it, but it ain't. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. And Ashlee beat the brakes off him. So and now Ashlee's back in this camp, and she's fighting this Molly Meatball girl, and it's going to be a great fight, And it's in London. Ashlee's always wanted to go there. She's never been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Excited for the jet lag a little bit? Are you worried about it? You think about it, or just kind of roll with it? Going.
There will be no jet lag. I've been getting up at 4:35 in the morning, and they're about 8 hours ahead. So I'm training every aspect to make sure that I'm on point for this fight. I've already thought about that. That's not going to be a factor. We're going out probably a week early as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but and everyone says this is the best camp, this is the best weight cut, but I mean, I really just want my fight to speak for itself, but it's definitely a different Ashlee, and I'll probably open up more about the changes that I've made after my fight. But yeah, it's things are going really well, not just with fighting. I mean, look, like the podcast stuff. I'm shooting my technically third, but like second movie a month after this fight. Actually, a week before the fight, the first movie I did, it's called Lola. I play a female boxer. That's released on March 7th. The movie premieres in New York, but I won't be able to make it because I'll be in training camp. The stars are aligning for me. I'm not religious.
Yes.
But things are going really well, and I'm just gonna keep the good energy. Yeah. Things go good.
That is all. No, man, that's badass. Congratulations, number one. You deserve it. It's 100% absolutely deserved. That is so cool. And
I think I gotta say something here. The Fishing Rod 99 just put up a pretty funny message in the chat. It says Ashlee is the real social justice warrior.
Hell yeah, dude, that is badass.
And actually, Cody Norris just logged in. Say hi to Cody, everybody.
Oh, hey, Cody, what's up?
Hi, Cody. Yeah, you can see chat. See, I can't see chat. I'm blocked away from.
Yeah, you're not allowed to see it.
No, I'm not allowed to
all
look
over the place.
Yes. That's how
Hey,
it
I'm gonna
works.
step away from the camera for literally 1 minute. I'll be right back. Stay there.
There goes my
Sounds
feelings.
good.
See, I get hurt right there. All right, so down here at the bottom though, I'm trying to think of what I want to look here. See, I'm so used
Well,
to
if you
someone else
see
looking
on
up.
her first Instagram post there, she posted her new shirt that she got.
Yeah, I just had
There
that.
was a big.
I blew that up.
We were talking about that for a while. I think it's okay. I like the shirt. I like the art, but I think Ashlee's personal brand. She's more like a. We went through this. I think she's more like a World War II kind of pinup girl, retro pinup girl that you'd see painted on the side of a bomber.
Yeah.
that's
All
kind of
right. Okay, I'm with you. 100. Hell yeah. 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 I like that. Yeah, the heart here with the rebel girl on the front. All right. I can see that. More the classic pinup. I get it. Makes sense.
We're promoting your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're looking down in the corner.
We just came out with that one. I got some. Hold on, Rocco. Hey, my dog is having a heart attack. I got some different mixed signals on that one. It's a little rough around the edges. I know it makes me look a little masculine apparently, but I think it's supposed to be kind of like a more tough, kind of like punk rocky look to it. And I don't know if Brian mentioned the pinup girl idea, and a lot of people I think would like that one as well. But you know, we can make multiple shirts, so who knows what we'll do next.
Badass, man. Good Lord. Oh, it's so cool, man. Like I said, it's just, I'm reading it right now, the website to get your hands. So, head over to the We Are Live at Night.
Oh, yeah. It's
We
the
Are
brand
Live
is
at Night website.
Canadian brand called Alive at Night, and Instagram is at We Are Alive at Night. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah, no, I'm flipping to it and looking at it. I love it. Don't get silent on me now. Oh, and I just keep going through them. Go ahead, Brian. What?
No, I was just saying that's her shirt that she's done, and you know, I think the next variation of stuff coming out for her, we're gonna kind of move. Oh, and Jens is also posting up your Instagram pictures as we're talking. He's scrolling through your Instagram, Ash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gina, well,
If have some of the cooler tattoos I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive. Like I said, and the boots. I'm just
Cool
telling
thing about it, which I didn't notice until she told me. I would have noticed it, but I would have never thought it. She only does one color. She does all her ink is one color. She doesn't do the colored ink, but I think it actually makes a really cool look. And it, you know, that picture there, it photographs really well.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
What you guys are looking at?
It's the black and white one where you're sitting. I think you posted it a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm literally from the very beginning. I'm just not from the beginning, but the last one you posted to. I've moved down 2. You can't see it yet. You go to the stream, you can see it, but it's probably a delay.
She's just looking on Skype. She's not watching the screen.
I got you. At 45. Yeah, see, so that's the one thing. You guys get to see chat or something, and I'm just, we'll figure it out, but I'm just coming to it. Please. Oh, see? Right there. Oh, yeah, because you have the CBD roll-on relief, perfect for the post-workout soreness and in-between training. Heck yeah. Look, I'll help you out here. I'll just keep reading it.
Yeah, I've got a really
Aria
cool
CBD?
Sponsor. Yeah, I got a really cool sponsor, Aria CBD. They're actually, the different thing about them is that they're a cosmetic-based CBD company. So they do have like the roll-ons, but they have like eye cream and face cream and body butter and stuff like that. So a little more girly-based products, but they have the drops and they have pet stuff as well. But they treat me really, really good. Aria CBD, actually, they are awesome.
I like it. Use the code Ashlee30 and get 30% off your entire order. What? Let's go. I got you. I'm reading. Hey, man, I'm here reading. We're just here to bullshit. I don't want, like, we get these awkward pauses and stuff like that. I can't stand that shit. That's why I don't like doing, like, these formal interviews and stuff like that. It's just too much for me. I can't. It drives me nuts. But I'm working my way back into it. Like I said, that's why it's easy. When it's just me sitting here bullshitting, I can do it in a heartbeat. So.
This is cool. I just wish I could see what the people were talking, were saying or whatever. Because I've got on my screen, I've got me, Brian, and then a gray square.
See, we'll work on.
Are you on your laptop, Ash?
Yeah.
So I've got it on mine. I've just basically minimized my 2 windows. So my web window is really small. I can see the Twitch stream, but it's like a 15-second delay.
All right, so this one here, though.
Questions that Jens can.
This is from Striking. Now I can see them. So this is from Striking Viking 94. My daughter has started to grab my extra gloves more and more each time she sees me strap up, and it's dope that she will have role models like Ashlee if she decides to fight. So it's yeah, man, it's definitely you got to be for it, right? Everybody lacing up, Ash, or what?
Say it again.
Being a role model for the young girls out there, what would you say to them? What would you tell them to do? How would you tell them to get started in this game?
Yeah, this is a question I get a lot, just because it's a unique sport for women, like society has told us that violence is not ladylike. And hence the rebel girl name. Pretty much everything I've done in my life, whether it's been, fighting, wrestling at a young age, the music I listen to, I'm vegan. That's people are like, oh, you're a freaking weirdo, just rebel girl is not just, it's just kind of like doing whatever you want, regardless of what society or anyone thinks, doesn't have to necessarily be bad. Just whatever you want to do. And for women, even though it's not ladylike, who cares? And I started at an early age, and I would suggest people doing the same thing. If you can get your daughters into wrestling, I mean, I will forever say it's the best sport out there. I didn't have a lot of guidance growing up, so I was taught a lot of core principles of like, tenacious and hard work and discipline, all those things that you might teach your kid. I learned it through wrestling, and I still keep those with me. And the reason I've been so successful in my sport and in life too, not just my sport, is because of wrestling. So I would start wrestling at an early age, do it in high school, try and get that scholarship like I did, go to college, get your degree, always have something to fall back on, and then once you have that solid wrestling base and your degree, transfer into boxing or jiu-jitsu if you can do it simultaneously. But like we said, don't you want to be a master of one and not a jack of all trades and a master of none or whatever? Yeah, my advice is always wrestle first and then build from there.
I love it. I love it. So I want Ashlee to beat the England out of Molly.
I will.
I love it. I love it. James Hurrow, he's like, I want Ashlee to beat the England out of Molly. Gangster. Gangster. No, and that's what so wait, you wrestled how long did you wrestle? When did you start? High school?
Yeah, I joined the boys wrestling team when I was 15, and I don't know what happened, but I was really good at it. I was a three-time I was a tri-state All-American, actually, or tri-state champion. I was the Oregon, Washington, and California state champion in high school, and then I went to college as a four-time All-American there, wrestled internationally for a little while, and then got into MMA.
There's something okay, so here's one for you. What does Ashlee's current training schedule look like since you're actually in fight prep mode? What's a day? What's a day?
It's crazy right now because some fighters have one home gym, and then sometimes people go other places for top high quality training. And unfortunately, I have a boxing gym, a Muay Thai gym, a wrestling gym, a strength and conditioning gym, and then I've been going different places for my jiu-jitsu. So I literally have 5 different gyms that I go to, 2 to 3 training sessions a day, not including, road work since I'm a big Amazon woman fighting at 125. And so it could be anything from wake up, do strength and conditioning, little bit of a break, boxing, and finish with some jiu-jitsu, or it could be vice versa, wake up, wrestling practice, little bit of afternoon break, finish with some Muay Thai. And then just days are just spread out like that, take adequate rest days here and there. But yeah, we're in overdrive mode right now. We'll probably start tapering off because, you got to peak at the right time, probably about 2 weeks before. Then the week that we fly out, it's just about cutting weight and feeling good.
I love it. I love it. Crazy. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. As a fighter, this is from Striking Viking. As a fighter who is looking into becoming vegan due to understanding and not knowing that natural proteins are only found in plants, that all meat-based proteins are only recycled plant proteins, what would you suggest would be a good start as substitutes to those meat proteins?
I mean, there's a lot of different things a lot of different ways you can get your protein. I mean, I've been a vegan since 2016, and before that I was a vegetarian, and it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of feeling hungry and, not knowing what to eat. But you really got to do your research. Otherwise, you could end up lacking nutrients. But I take a protein supplement, a protein shake, especially when I'm in camp because I'm always breaking my muscles down. It's a hemp-based protein shake, and it's MRM. They're also a sponsor. But yeah, you can look at them, mrmusa.com. They have a whole vegan line. So like, vegan vitamin D3, all vegan supplements. And that's a good place to start. If you're looking for like actual food protein supplements, there's something called Satan, not Satan, but Satan.
Oh, that's what? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of vegan memes that are like, "Hail Satan," but never
Right.
mind. Anyway. Oh yeah, Little Evil, you would like that?
Right, that's what I'm saying, dude. Satan supplements, Little Evil eating Satan supplements would be sick for sure. Oh my god, that's. So here's the question: do you feel healthy fighting at 125 pounds?
Yeah, since back when I fought Fallon Fox, Jens, I was actually 145, like
What?
2 weight class. Yeah,
Gangster,
so
golly. I still can't believe you bet that. Oh, I love you. All right, continue. Oh, I'm
That was
such a fan.
NKO, right, Ashlee?
yeah, TKO.
Oh, you little badass. You
Jen,
little
you gotta
badass.
watch the video because actually a funny story. You'll appreciate this. So, Mike Chavello, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's the guy who's like a British guy. Like he's a commentator. He always does Pat Miletich.
Oh,
Anyway,
he's the voice.
so
Yeah.
the voice, yeah. So it's in Miami, and the arena's like packed, right? And it's so loud because everyone's cheering for me. And I knew at the time, like they weren't necessarily an Ashley Evans Smith fan, but they were a whoever's fighting Fallon Fox, fan.
Yeah.
So I'm in there and you take her down, and it's like the first or second round, I'm not sure, but I mounted her and I'm basically like pounding her out, whatever, ground and pound. And then like the crowd's so loud that no one can hear the bell. The ref can't hear the bell. And so like, the ref stops me and everyone thinks that I won, including me and the ref, right? And I go back to the corner and you can see this in the video and everyone's like celebrating. Even the commentators are like, she did it. Yay. Mike Chavello's like, oh my God. And then they realized that the bell had rung, but no one had heard it because it was so
Everybody
loud.
was going, oh, crazy. Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, and like hugging my coach, and then the ref comes over and he's like, no, you gotta keep going. And I like look at my coach like, what? And my coach, like, I'll never forget what he said because it was probably the most perfect thing you could say to a fighter in that situation. He looked at me and he said, hey, you just beat her. Now you get to do it twice.
Oh, that's sick. I
was
get
like,
it.
well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I did. Okay, so we go back in. And, same thing happens. We're striking. I take her down, mount her, ground and pound. And then and then everyone, for sure, like it was over, and so the ref pulls me off and you can see
I didn't
like,
know that.
Yeah, you can see in the video when I do this to the camera, a lot of people gave me shit because they thought I was like, because this means fuck you and like the UK and all this. And I was like, no, I was saying two times.
Beat you twice.
Yeah.
Ah, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture
That's
of me
pretty
going
cool.
like
I
this.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what happened there. But, yeah.
On this stream, I'll be
They
finding
gave me
it.
one of the big Happy Gilmore checks,
Are you serious? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's so baller.
Yeah, it was a good night.
All right, let me do. So here we go. What is Ashlee's advice for getting started with MMA or trying to make a career out of it?
Yeah, it's hard, I was 23 years old when I first started my MMA career. I'm 32 now, and I worked so freaking hard, and I didn't have any family help. I didn't have any boyfriend help, so I would just work a waitressing job. Basically, I'd train in the morning, and I'd get off work around, let's say 3, 4, I'd train in the morning, and then I would go to work from, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. I had to be there. I work all night until 2 in the morning, and I did that for like, 5, 6 days a week for years until the UFC called. And when the UFC called, I really had to just like bite down and suck it up and quit my job and be very poor and dedicate all my time to training because, like we said, you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I knew that if I didn't spend all my time preparing, I was going to miss my opportunity. And even though I did lose my debut fight, I don't regret quitting my job and training full time because I proved in that fight, regardless of the win or loss, that I was supposed to be there. It was an entertaining fight. I didn't tap. I don't know, Jens, you probably don't know. I got choked out by Raquel Pennington, but with a bulldog choke. But it was quite the fight leading up to the choke. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I guess the advice I would give you would be stay the course. There's a lot of times that I was on the same path. Right, me and a couple other fighters were doing the same exact things, but they gave up. You know, we were both poor. We both like lost an amateur fight, you know, family stuff, boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, whatever. And the only difference between me and the people who gave up, you know, or people who were really, really even better than me, better fighters, is that no matter what happened, I kept going. And it was just tenacity and persistence and all those things that I said I learned in wrestling and not giving up.
See, I love that. That's dude, look, you got like, oh, I got goosebumps.
I would add to that.
Goosebumps. It's badass.
Keep your circle small and trust your circle. That would be the other part that I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And lastly, and I would never give advice that I always practice what I preach, right? And this job is high risk, high reward. So even though, you know, you need to be calculated in your risks at times, a lot of the best and most amazing opportunities, Fallon Fox, the UFC, they have all been scary decisions for me to do something high risk, but I got a very big reward from it. So sometimes you got to take a risk. You can't always play it safe.
Without a doubt. I think, and the other thing is, one thing that I learned throughout the career, throughout what, like Jeremy Horn was a big one for me, is always be ready. When you're climbing that ladder, you should be ready to climb that ladder. Like, don't we have a fighter right now who just got a W and is about to fight again? Bam, right off the bat, and she's about to fight again. You know, I know who it was, but I'm saying, so we got Angela Hill, but I was gonna let when he say it, but my point is, but you're always ready. When you're climbing that ladder, there is no day off. You should always be ready. Give yourself a moment to go ahead and embrace like the win or whatever, but then get back on that goddamn horse and go off. You can tell, like, we have a lot of, like you said, keeping your circle close, but there's a lot of people that you see them when they win, they literally act like they just won the world title, and you'll see them disappear from the gym for like 3 months, and then they'll come back and have to start over. And it's like, you're in the middle of climbing this ladder. You know what I mean? And that's one thing, is always be ready. I watched, especially when the sport was older and there wasn't so many fights, you had to be ready, you know. And I always I think of like Matt Hughes when he got that shot at the belt because Pat couldn't take it, and he was ready because he trained. I look at Rich Franklin the same way. And so that's what I tell people is always make sure, you know, just be ready. You're always training to a level, right? You don't want to burn yourself out, but you want to, and that's why I said, I'm glad when I listen to you talk, it's really cool because, you know, the idea of having these other things to focus on, you're still got your eye on the prize. Like you said, you're still a fighter and you're still out there for fighting, but it's fun to do things that are kind of related to it. Again, helping other fighters, doing other things that you love. And that's one thing, like I said, that I really loved about Butler was I love playing video games. Give me these games. I'm still training, but, you know, to be able to do some things on the side, just kind of keep that going.
Oh, for sure. Because, I mean, I don't know if you're like this, Jens, but I mean, I feel like a lot of fighters are. I can only speak for myself, but the reason that these other hobbies, I'll call them, you know, because they're not bringing in money, well, right now, I'm doing these things because I have the personality that if I have some free time, I might get into a little bit of trouble. I mean, I did not get the nickname Rebel Girl from going to church, you know? So I like to keep myself busy, and these are healthy, you know, positive things that I can do in between training sessions, you know, to better myself and my future and all that, and not get into trouble too.
Ashlee is going to be coming on the road with us, Jens, more often too, in between her fights.
Good. I'm excited.
She's going to be traveling with us so.
I get to roll. That's what I'm saying, dude. I love it. You know, would Ashlee?
Hey, one thing I want to add, you know, just do a couple more questions for Ashlee because she actually goes to bed super early now.
Okay.
She's in training camp, and so I don't want to keep her too long. She's normally asleep at this time.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you sticking up.
That's asleep at this time.
All right. My fault. Hey, would Ashlee ever return to Bantamweight?
For sure, for sure. Oh, but I think I got off of I don't know, I didn't answer that question about how do I feel at flyweight. I used to fight at 45s because that's, that I was there, and then they introduced the 135-pound weight class in the UFC. That was all they had, so I had to go down. And then I was walking around pretty light. I was training hard, and that was around the same time that they had just introduced the 125, the flyweight division, and everybody was kind of giving me crap, like, "Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it?" And I'm just a sucker for a challenge, and so I said, "Oh, I'll try it out." Once you say you're gonna do something, I don't, I'm the kind of person, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So I was like, I did it, and then dang it, now I feel like there's no going back, like, because I do feel amazing at 125. I'm leaner, I'm faster. I know how to do the weight cut properly. I start far out. I've started a long time ago. But yeah, I'm a big girl for 125. I'm 5'8", my opponent is 5'4", this next girl. And, she's a meatball, obviously, she's around,
Yeah.
but I would take my body type at 125 any day. I'm going to have reach on her. I'm going to definitely use that to my advantage. But yeah, to answer that question, I feel great at 125. But if they were like, "Hey, here's a buttload of money to fight at 135," I'll say, "Give me the buttload," and then I'll probably be a lot happier for not having to cut weight.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Give me the buttload.
Right? Give me.
Direct
That's
quote.
Can I have that?
For your show, Ashlee.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
All right, hey.
All right. Well, thank you.
Before we let her go, why don't we get her predictions for the fights this week? We'll just go through the main card.
Okay.
All right. So the first fight of the main card is Derek Lewis versus Latifi.
Yeah, I know everybody likes hot sweated balls, but I'm gonna go for Latifi on this one.
Jens?
Oh no, I gotta go Latifi. I like Latifi because it's when I was playing the video game. It's always
Are you just gonna
Latifi.
conform to everything that Ashlee says?
No, I'm not. Why you gonna put me like that? No, I like Latifi. If you watch me when it comes to the video game, we were doing that back in the day. Latifi was my guy.
Okay. All right. Next one is Dan Ige versus Mirsad Bektik. Careful.
Don't we represent?
Yeah, that's the problem. We can't really say anything, but even though it's gonna be a tough fight, it is gonna be a tough fight. But we got to go with Ige. He's a teammate, so it's not fair to say otherwise. I mean,
Ash.
trick.
I'm going with Ige.
You got. I mean, what do you want to say on that one?
All right. So Juan Adams and Justin Tafa.
These are literally two people I have no idea who they are, and I feel so bad, because I'm like they're on the main card, have I not been paying attention? I did predictions yesterday.
I don't know either.
I'm just choosing Adams.
Alphabetical order.
Wait,
Yeah.
what'd you say? What'd you say? Was there a Juan? Was there a Juan in there or something?
Yeah, Juan Tafa, I think it is.
I'll just go with that then. I don't. It is
All
what
right.
it
And
is.
the co-main event is Valentina versus Shukagan.
Yeah, I really like it's Chukagian. I don't know if she has the oomph to pull off the win, but I love the way she fights. She's exciting. I think she's a really happy, nice person in general, so I'm picking her as the underdog.
Ooh, sick. But I definitely got to go with Shevchenko because she's a beast, man.
Safe bet.
They were just showing well, and it not only safe is I just don't think we've seen enough of her. Her kicks are unreal. The way she sat there and was setting up the body shot, and then skipped it off the forehead. It's just man. I don't think we know enough, and then I don't think have we really seen her hands yet. I don't know, man. It's Shevchenko's bad, man. She bad. She bad.
All right. Well, now into the main event, which is John Jones and Dominic Reyes, obviously.
I met Dom at, was it UFC 240? It was at the Honda Center, and he was just the nicest guy. And I know I'm not supposed to do fight predictions this way, but I just think he's just a nice guy, like I just
You want him to win.
want him to win. And you know what? Maybe it'll be a night of upsets. Maybe it'll be two and hashtag and news, so I'm going for Reyes.
I have to. Well, I can't. Yeah, no. Santos was my guy. No, listen. Santos was my guy, and I told everybody in the stream. I said Santos was going to be the one that was going to beat him, even with the bum knee. He damn near had bones, and I was like, that was the guy that was going to make it ugly. I don't think Reyes. He's too pretty. And when I say that, it means he tries to be too sharp with his technique, and that's going to get him beat. You can't out sniper shoot the master, which is Bones Jones. You got to make it ugly. You got to bite down. You got to put him in deep. You got to take him into a fucking scrap, and that's not Reyes. He won't do it. That's why I think Bones he'll pick him apart.
That's some OG predictions right there. That's good stuff.
But I knew Santos would. I mean, you got to think about it. When someone steps back and they try to be patient and they want to just sit there and Tyron Woodley always says it because I talked to him. When they try to make it pretty, you got to bite down and make it ugly. You got to be willing to exchange and make it a fucking brawl. Pardon my language, but you got to make it a brawl. And then when they try to brawl, then you step back and you make it pretty. Pop, 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 and start hitting them with shots. But that's the thing is, and if Santos, even with the bum knee, I just knew that he was you got to be willing to bite down and make a sacrifice. You're trying to dethrone the GOAT. You're trying to dethrone the champ. You got to be willing to do it. If you're going to step back and be hesitant, you're never going to beat him.
Curse Labs is right. Let the girl go to bed, Jen.
All right, I'm done. Much love, Ashley. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming to, man. Oh, my God, that's awesome.
So everybody should follow Ashlee where?
At Ashlee MMA. That's ASHLEE MMA.
I have a problem spelling her name.
I have it up right here on Instagram.
All right.
How you do, bro? You spell my name with a Y all the time. No Y, guys.
Y and an A, you know.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Jens.
Hey, no, thank you. It'll be back. I'm worried about. I got you. We're doing your podcast. It's gonna be. Okay. I'm saving all the crazy shit. I got you. Oh God, I got you. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
See you, Ash.
Bye.